that episode for me just felt really empowering. I just remember walking away from that and being like, wow, that was just good. Because it feels like, Christianity gets so much backlash in like the dating sphere. You get made fun of for purity culture and just all these different things. So, but it felt really empowering to be like, no, this is what we believe and this is why we're doing it. And this is why it's good. And so getting to retell the narrative, I think, just was really awesome.
Hello and welcome to the Christians Who Date podcast. I'm Andrea Alley, and I'm sitting here with two of my favorite people. Thank goodness, because it's been a minute since we got to catch up with you all. But I'm here with
Lauren Monique.
The hand gesture was getting me. I was
from
like,
Los Angeles.
Their magic trick about to take place.
I was like, can I point at one of them? But then, like, I don't know.
Andrea was giving us like a Zoom hand, and we're like, wait, who is that for?
Yeah. And Callie Christopherson. I'm here.
Yep. We still have not figured out our intro, and we're here on our 50th.
Yeah. This is our 50th podcast episode. That is wild.
Crazy.
So, how crazy that we're all matching, wearing black today.
It's true. We all wear black. We're like, wait, are we mourning or like what's happening here?
We're like, we're really happy about this, but
I know we're pumped.
We're all wearing black. So
yeah, this is 50. So if you've listened to all of our episodes, which is maybe 3 of you.
Yeah, I can think of 3 people. Actually 4. Yeah. I can think of 4 people.
Okay, cool. We might, like, between all of us get up to like 7.
Let's go.
Love it.
But that means you have spent 50, or you're about to spend your 50th episode with us, which is just an honor and a privilege. So thank you for being here. And we're gonna get into some reflection and ask some fun questions about just the last 50 episodes. The last 49, I guess, is more what it is. But
so wild. Almost a year of
I'm
like
still shook
podcasting.
that we made it to 50, honestly. I thought we were gonna make it to like 10.
Hey,
Andrea had so little faith in us.
Doubting Thomas over here about our podcast. I know.
I'm like one step at a time backwards because Andrea likes to walk backwards.
That's right.
Yep. Still doing that.
I know.
Good.
Did it this morning.
Come
Good
on.
for your knees.
Yeah.
I think we need to see a video of it sometime.
Oh, I would love that.
Do you though?
We really do. People have been asking me about it.
I mean, if you say you're this good of a pickleball player, then I want to know how good of a backwards walker you are.
I had to show you guys that I sent them my pickleball ranking.
She did.
That was very cute.
Just because I talk about how I'm an athlete on this podcast all the time, and it's like, oh, Andrew's always talking about this, so I had to send some proof, you know?
And yeah, she did.
And were you in 7th place in your league, and you're the first place
Girl.
for women?
Yeah, I was 6th.
Oh, 6th. My
She's
apologies.
6th. Thank you very much.
I mean, who's counting? But 6th.
Yeah, totally. Totally. Let's just say Dre is elite in the pickleball league of like her church club.
Yeah. The only sad thing was that in the playoffs, I did not defend my ranking at all, which was so sad.
It's called humble pie.
I literally ate a slice of humble pie.
Humble pie.
Yeah. I was like, I'm just going to go home and walk backwards.
No, we know that you're amazing, and obviously, who knows, maybe your mental game was off that night, but you'll bounce right back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. It was a good time though. Loved that pickleball league.
I love it. Dre, you had a story that you want to tell us about you and your mom.
Yes. So
Before we get into it.
I was just home a couple weeks ago in Arizona, and my mom wanted to go out to breakfast. And so and just for context, my mom, we barely even talked about dating growing up. Like she doesn't throw around words that even have to do with dating. Definitely not sex or anything like that. Like she doesn't make those jokes. Like she steers clear of those, which, you know, I feel like a lot of moms are like this. A lot of Christian moms are like this. And so she takes me to this place, and we like, as we're rolling up, she's like the name's like a little inappropriate, but they do have like really good breakfast food. And I'm like, Mom, where are you taking me? And the breakfast place is called Eggstasy. And
So silly.
And I was like, well, how do you know that's what they're talking about, Mom? Like, they could be talking about ecstasy, like the drug, which I don't know if
So
that's
much
much
better.
more wholesome. Yeah. And she was like, no, you'll see. And so we get inside, and literally the first thing on the menu is, instead of like a label at the top that says appetizers, it says foreplay. And then the first menu item under foreplay is eggasm.
Oh my gosh. I've
And
never
I'm
been to a
sitting
place
there
like
with
this.
my mom, and I just keep teasing her about it, because you have to. I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
Mom, oh my goodness, what is this one? Like, what
That's
is
so
this?
good. What did your mom order? Do you remember?
We ended up so she and I usually do, like, if we do breakfast, we'll do, one of us gets something like savory and one of us gets something sweet.
It's a
Oh,
I
great
don't-
that's
plan.
really cute.
Yeah, and we like split them, but I don't think we ordered anything. We didn't have like a moment with the waitress where we were like, "Can I get the eggasm, please?" Like, we ordered
Aw,
something
you didn't
that
have like a raunchy
no,
order?
we ordered like normal, or they just had like silly names, but it wasn't like inappropriate. So
Wait, was there any other names that were wild on that list? You took
there
a picture.
were, but I can't. I think I only took a picture of that
The
part. I was
eggasm.
gonna send
Mm.
it to you guys, but then I forgot. But it was just so funny because the ladies were just saying how my mom's a little bit of a wild card sometimes. Like,
She is.
Yeah, it's
once
true.
you think she's like this straight laced like Christian mom, and then she'll be like,
She'll do
take a
random
wild turn
stuff.
like
Yeah,
this.
and
and
you're
you're
like,
like,
what?
okay. But also,
yeah.
I just love this because it's like the classic moment with your parents where you're like, oh, this is a little awkward, or
Yeah.
you're just trying to navigate it. It's like when growing up, when like a kissing scene or a sex scene would come on and you
Yeah.
feel so uncomfortable. Like, I'd always like,
Totally.
if it was a movie I had seen, I would intentionally time like going to the bathroom or something where
Good
I would miss
job,
it,
yeah.
because I'm like,
Mhm.
it's just so painful to
Yeah.
sit there. Or even if you fast forward, you just feel like, oh, this is so awkward. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
love
Yeah.
those moments.
It's more fun on this side of it. It's when it's not fun is when you pick the place.
Yes.
And it's accidentally inappropriate and you weren't prepared. And then all of a sudden you're sitting there like, oh my gosh, what did I just do?
I don't think I've had that experience, but I know my mom, she is like, acts like she's all pure, and then she'll say the most inappropriate jokes and pretend like she's like doesn't know what she said, and then she'll giggle. She's like, "Wah ha ha," and I'm like,
Tammy.
"You
You're like, you
are
know exactly what you
naughty."
just said.
Exactly. She acts like, I don't know that I said something naughty, and then she's like, like, I totally was naughty. And I'm like,
So
you
funny.
are bad. I call her bad girl. I'm like, bad girl. Probably shouldn't talk to my mom that way. She's like, I never talk to my mom that way. And I'm like, well, I love you.
Yeah. I was
Wow.
just thinking that it is like we've all been blessed with these like amazing Holy Spirit prayer moms.
Oh yeah.
Who are wild, literally.
Yep.
Literally.
Wild, but
Wild
mostly for the
cards.
Lord.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thankfully.
Yeah. Only for the Lord over here.
Thankfully. So.
Yeah.
Oh, so good. Well, 50th episode. Should we do
Woo!
it?
Here we go.
Let's jump
We've got
in.
some good questions. So,
Yes,
are you guys
we do.
ready?
Let's
Ready
go.
for question 1?
Ready.
Question 1 is, what's been your favorite moment from the first 50 episodes and why does it stand out?
So good.
Mm-hmm.
Lauren? You wanna
Put
jump
me on
in?
the spot. Why not? I think what was interesting well, first of all, starting the podcast was at a really interesting time for me, as I had been like going through a series of like 5 years of really struggling public speaking, or like speaking in general, because of I'd get panic attacks. I used to speak a lot and then didn't, and for a long time I think COVID kind of stirred up some anxiety with speaking and all of that. And so yeah, so getting into the podcast, and around that time I was asked to do a podcast with my gym. I was like, okay, I feel like God's asking me to like speak again
Hmm.
and get over that fear. And obviously this is a different stage because I'm just speaking to you two, it feels, but
Yeah.
it was forcing me to have to use my voice again. And so that felt
Hmm.
really powerful of like, I have to start speaking more again.
Yeah.
Because I think I had like learned to shut down sharing my thoughts and like my voice just because I would literally get anxiety about it.
Hmm.
Which has been really sweet to like meet other people that have like struggled with that and like ways they're trying to overcome that as well. And just feeling like, okay, I'm not the only one that has like struggled with this.
Yeah.
But specifically there was one episode called Killing Comparison,
Mm.
and it was just powerful to process. Sometimes it feels like our episodes are us like processing things we've never processed like out
Hmm.
loud that we've all gone through. Like we've shared a lot of our history and things that God's shown us. And I think
Hmm.
for me, something in me just was like really hit vulnerably about just different like lost dreams or hope deferred in that episode. And I think that Killing Comparison, I would just felt, I don't know, I just came out of it like, okay, I was really real and like really exposed some
Hmm.
hard parts of my heart and myself of like being single in my 30s and not having a family yet. But I think
Yeah.
it also was just like healing because I did it with you all, and it
Yeah.
was healing to be like, no, like God does have a plan. It's just like not my timing
Yeah.
with my life. And honestly, I have felt more and more surrendered like this past year of just like the
Hmm.
timing in my life, like with God and marriage and dating and all that. I was just like, God, it's like it's more gonna be your timeline. So am I gonna fight it or am I gonna like surrender to it? And so,
Yeah.
which I mean, that's for all of us in life, right? Like we can't control much anyways. So why don't we just surrender to like what God has in the midst of
Hmm.
it? So not that we're passive in it, but that we're just gonna be like, God, what do you want me to do? How do I be obedient as I move forward in my life, especially in this
Yeah.
area of dating and marriage and all that? So
Hmm.
I think that's for me. But what about you all?
Yeah.
Hmm. Andrea. I was
I
like,
thought
I
you were
do.
gonna go.
I
Go
thought it
for
too,
it.
but then I second guessed it. I have just loved kind of like what Lauren said, just the ability to process like the three of us
Hmm.
and just like each of our dating journeys, like they're different, but then there's so many like similarities that overlap. And as we've talked about them and processed like, yeah, our dating and just things that we've gone through, like getting to hear so many other people reach out and be like, oh, this is like so validating, or I'm going through
Yeah.
something similar. And I thought
Yeah.
I was the only one. Like
Hmm.
that's been a really common thing that people just think they're the only ones, trying to love Jesus and date and
Right.
have Christian values, and it feels so hard and it feels really isolating. So I think getting to process with both of you in this way and then having it like affect other people and other people feel like they're not alone, that's just been
Hmm.
really, really powerful. And just that we're like normalizing like having values and loving Jesus
Yeah.
and dating,
Yeah.
like being older, like that's
Hmm.
been probably one of my favorite things. And so I'm just super grateful, and I love you both a lot.
Love you, Callie.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then one of kind of my favorite moments was episode 13. It was how following Jesus shapes the way we date.
Hmm.
And that episode for me just felt really empowering because I think each
Hmm.
of us just shared kind of what I said of like us dating with values in mind, like knowing that it does cost us something, but also being
Yeah.
like, it's
Yeah.
worth it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I remember walking away from that and being like, wow, that was just good. Cause it feels like, Christianity gets so much backlash in like the dating sphere. You get made fun of for purity culture and just all these different things. So, but it felt really empowering to be like, no, this is what we believe and this is why we're doing it and this is why it's good. And so
Yeah.
just getting to retell the narrative, I think, just was really awesome. So
Yeah.
That was
Mm,
one of my favorite moments. Yeah.
yeah. Mine's also from that kind of series. I think that series was so powerful because it's like, I feel like it's been something that's been understood between us is like, oh, we all know that we are walking out these values and like we hold each other accountable to them. In like a really like natural way. It's not like we have like these like weekly check-ins or anything.
Yeah.
Like, tell me
Tell
all
me-
your sin from this week, you know?
Yeah.
Dude, we already confess it to each other anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like very like, guys, I did that, you know, like it's just I feel like it's just friendship, like, but being
Yeah.
vulnerable and intentional. But anyway, it's been really cool to also almost put like a stake in the ground of like,
Yeah.
this is
That's
what
a good
we're
word.
doing, you know?
Yeah.
And I think those episodes felt like our stake in the ground. Like it's like culture does it this way, but this is like how we're choosing to do it. And like we're not making an excuse because we're over 30. Like
Yeah, that's so good.
and it just felt so like, I don't know, like a hype. We like hyped each other up, you know?
Yep.
Like I get hyped all over like if I listen to those again. So and I think too it's been so cool like I love like certain moments I'm like, oh yes, I'm so glad that Lauren's saying this or Callie's saying this. Like I love when Lauren's talked about like how to celebrate people because literally I don't think I've met any other single person that celebrates like marriage, babies, family the way that Lauren does. And like I had all kinds of excuses for like not really doing that well when I met Lauren, and then I was like, dude, I don't have any excuse. Like this woman is like celebrating everybody up a storm, like, and she's not sitting there like, well, I'm single, so I'm gonna be.
I didn't like being around those people, so I was like, I'm not gonna be that person that's being mean.
yeah, but it was so like I was like, oh, like I have vision for the kind of person that I want to be, and thankfully that was like early enough that it saw me through like the whole season because it was just beginning at that time. So, I've loved that. And then like I feel like with Callie, she's just been this like Callie's just this like no compromise. Like she'll just start preaching and she's just like it's like you can't give Callie excuses, you know, like she won't take them. And I love like this, it's like this conviction, but it's like this like, no, if this is like what God said, then this is the way that we're gonna do it. Like this is the best way. Like it's this conviction and faith at the same time. So I've loved that. And then I think a moment for me was like I think it doesn't always happen, but I think there have been moments, and I've experienced this like if I've gotten to speak a little bit too in different settings like youth, but it's when you have a moment where you start saying something and you like feel the Holy Spirit like almost affirming what you're saying, you know, like you feel this like stirring in your heart of like, yeah, like and I remember saying that I was talking about like I think times when my boundaries when I like had a boyfriend or whatever and we crossed a physical boundary, and I was talking about like how the Holy Spirit would convict me and I didn't want to numb myself to him. And I think just bringing that like people into like the intimacy of like, no, he's like a good dad, and I want to make sure I'm listening to like his correction. And I think I started crying, but it was just, I don't know, there's just moments like that where you're like, okay, like I think there's a level of it that like is just between you and the Lord, but when people get a little peek into it, I think it's just like it's a sacred moment that I think he feels like, okay, this, you know, there's a lot of it that's just for you and me, but there's a little bit that's going to leak out to the world. And I think there's something beautiful about that. So, yeah.
I love that. I wanted to jump in because, you know, you're saying such sweet things about both Lauren and me. But something that I've always loved about you, Andrea, and it like comes up again and again throughout the podcast, but is just how surrendered you are to the Lord and how tender you are to his voice. And it's just like you continually come back to that place and you're never entitled. You're never like, well, I deserve this. Like you're always like, if there's anything in me, Lord, that needs to be surrendered, like I lay it all down, like just in case I didn't already. It's so beautiful. Like the way that you live your life, the way that you make decisions. Like I've been impacted by it again and again. And I'm really proud of you. So
she's our fearless podcast leader.
she's just the best. She's just the best.
I love these women.
It's like, okay, if anyone watches the Office when Michael Scott yells, I love this woman. And she's like, oh gosh, about Jan.
Oh my gosh.
But it's, I love these women.
I love these women.
So good.
It's the moment. Yep.
Oh, so funny. Oh, Michael.
So good.
We'll do a whole podcast on Michael's dating. No,
Oh,
just
wow.
kidding.
What a journey.
That would be fun. Fun to break down.
Oh. All right. What's next?
Next question. Yeah. Next question is, has there been an episode that completely surprised you in how people responded?
Hmm.
And I can start this one off because
Yeah.
I was like, remember this one? This one, because I feel like we'll get responses here and there, but for this one, we got like multiple like people who shared and commented and DM'd us, but it was the how to make your life better with or without a relationship.
Mhm.
And I remember like releasing it and being like, yeah, I love this because it's so like, and I loved hearing from you guys, but it's like how to just like not be a victim and just take steps and take the power that you do have over your life, take ownership of your finances or your health or whatever. And it has been a gift. Like I think all of us being, single for a lot of our 20s really had to step into this. And so I think it's something that we had a level of authority in. And it was cool because we got so many responses back like about this episode. And
Yeah.
like there was one, we've shared it in another episode, but somebody who like had an engagement that had just got broken off, and she was like, I listened to this episode and I feel like I can put the pieces of my life like back together or something like that, which I was like, whoa. Like
It's huge.
Which, yeah, it's like, oh my gosh, it's what a privilege to get to be in that kind of moment with someone,
Yeah.
Yeah. That's so good.
Yeah.
I think for me, go ahead, Callie.
No, sorry, you're going for it.
Yeah, I don't know if there was like a general like this podcast, but I think it's been interesting. Like some people I've talked to who've been like, oh, I feel like not alone in dating, and then also have like taken more risk because of like hearing like the risks that we've taken and the things that we've learned and gone after. And so I think that was like really cool. And then I have a guy friend who he has like been like, oh, I listened to this podcast, or he just listened to like our recent podcast on like dealing with insecurity, and he's like, this is really helping me. And it's like, it's fun to hear different guys who are like getting into the brains of like women, as well as like feeling inspired of like, how do I date as a Christian in his 30s? And so I was like, oh, this is like cool to hear that like people are just like finding it like inspiring to be able to like go after dating, and they're like, oh, I can like totally relate. And so that's been really fun for me.
Yeah.
So fun.
Yeah. Love that. Shout out to the men.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm like, let's
I
go.
love it. Love that you listen to 3 girls talk about dating. It's pretty great.
You're gonna be
a lot
so
of
equipped.
confidence. Yeah, you're gonna be so equipped.
No, I'm like, dude, he's like doing it right. He'll figure it out.
Seriously. So our most listened to podcast is the one about like breakups and disappointment. But it was a 2-parter And the first part is the one that's the most listened to podcast, and the second part is the least listened to. So that's
Which is
just
like a full conversation.
It's not
confusing.
the least, but it's down
Okay,
there.
it's
down
one of the
there.
least.
Yeah.
Now
So-
It's
everyone's
one of
gonna
the
go
least.
listen to
Yeah.
it.
I just
They're
think
we're
it's
like,
funny. Yeah.
Don't listen.
Lauren, it's all part of the plan. Boost our ratings for that one. No, so I just thought that was really funny. I was like, okay, because it is just like a continuation. It was just like a podcast that we
Right.
felt like went long, that we're like, oh, maybe we'll put it into 2 parts. And so I just think it's funny that people are like, no, that's enough. Like,
Yeah.
I just needed the first part.
That first part.
So,
Whatever we said in the second
yeah.
obviously sucked.
Dismissed.
Like,
Whatever.
I've gotten enough.
So that was just more of a funny thought. I was like, how
Yeah.
random. So
I'm like, don't you want to hear more about our breakups
Yeah,
and
don't
disappointments
you-
in life?
people are like, that's it. That's all I need. So
Well, and the other funny thing was like, for the first however many, I don't know, like the first 3 times we recorded, we were like, well, I don't know if people will listen to us past like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So we should clip all these and make them like 30 to 40
Yep.
minutes. And then we were like, we can keep it at like, we'll just keep it short. And then we kept going long like every single
Yeah.
time. And I was like, guys, I can't keep clipping these episodes.
Nope. We're just like, keep it all as one. They'll listen or
Yep.
forward or do whatever they want.
Yeah. And I've
So-
actually had people reach out and be like, yeah, like I think somebody said an hour and a half, which I was like, whoa,
That's
a long
amazing.
time. But
I do listen. I have a favorite podcast other than us, I know. And it's like,
Wow.
usually, it's sometimes an hour and a half to 2 hours, and I'll listen to all of it.
wow,
So
yeah.
it happens. It's kind of nice. It's just like an ongoing thing.
Yeah,
So,
you can like jump back in, jump
Yeah.
out, jump back in.
Totally.
It's true.
So, anyways, there you
Yeah.
go.
Okay. Did you have another thing, Cal? Are you ready for the next one?
ready for the next one.
This one is, what's the funniest blooper or behind the scenes moment your listeners haven't heard about? And you guys definitely have not heard about that or this one because we haven't even released it yet as an episode. But there was an episode that we filmed while Callie was at family camp. So she
Yep.
joined us from the car.
Yep.
And Callie,
With
tell us
some
more
Wi-Fi.
about
Oh, yeah.
tell us more about your setup.
Yeah. I go into detail about it on the episode, but it's at family camp, which is this like Bible camp my family goes to every year, and Wi-Fi at camp is just really bad because, you know, it's in the middle of the forest basically. And so I knew we were going to be recording, and one of our friends that was up there, he has like this whole setup, and he was like, oh no, like I have Wi-Fi, but it's like they have like a little camper and a tent. And so I parked next to them and had my laptop in the car, and just I'm getting the Wi-Fi from there, and it was actually great. Like it really worked out. But I had told my family, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be up like recording a podcast, and so they knew all about it, and they were joking, and they're like, oh, maybe we'll come say hi. And I'm like, okay. And sure enough, we're like recording, and they just come over and like stick their heads in the car and are like, hi, Andrea. Like just going off. And
It was so fun.
it was,
They're the
I
it was
think your
cutest.
dad
hilarious.
said we came to get some advice. Or
Oh
something
yeah,
like
that,
Yes.
that sounds like him for sure.
But I love it because, like, first of all, Callie's like the most confident person ever. But I mean, like, if I was in middle school and my
Wow.
parents, I'd be like, Mom, Dad, like, it's my podcast, you know, like, get out. And it's,
serious.
yeah, this is serious. And it's like, Callie's just like, hey, guys, like, you know, like,
so
like,
confident.
everybody come in, you know.
Oh,
They're
it was-
also like legends.
oh yeah,
to
it's like
us, so
celebrities.
we were
Well,
on
at
the
like,
least,
oh my
to,
podcast.
at
gosh.
least to Andrea and me, but Callie
Yeah.
hasn't mentioned them.
Me, they're
before
just
in
normal
other,
people.
Yeah.
other
Yeah.
episodes.
Yeah.
So, oh my gosh, that's so good.
Such a great moment.
I think of one, I don't know if it was like blooper, but this was Andrea's like our editing master. So she's the one that's like edited all of these. And then Callie and I are like, what do you want us to do? You know? So, but I remember when we did an interview early on with Katie and Patrick, which is such a good interview. Go back to it.
so
It was
good.
one of our like first interviews, I think, right? Was it one of
Yeah.
our first
Mhm.
interviews? Well, their internet was like lagging the whole time.
Yeah.
And so there would be these random pauses of us going back and forth. And it was like an crazy editing. I don't know, how long did it take you probably to edit that?
Oh, it
podcast?
took me like a couple hours.
Yeah. And it's like obviously no one's fault. It was the internet's fault. But
Yeah.
it was like such a good episode, but we're just like, we're sorry, Andrew.
Yeah.
No.
Like that.
'Cause-
It was just so much editing.
Because what would happen is they would say like a joke, and then there'd be like this delay, and then we'd be like, and then they would start talking over us because it's like you know you can't
There's
hear
this
each
weird
other.
Wi-Fi thing.
And
yeah.
so I was going back and forth, like clipping out the delay and then muting us so that we weren't like constantly talking over
my
them.
gosh.
And it just took so long. But also their story is like epically long.
Yeah.
So
wildly long. I think that was like
Yeah.
what, 2-hour podcast maybe?
it was an
It was
hour
like
and
an
a
hour and a
half.
half.
So
Yeah.
honestly, it might have taken me 3 hours to edit because
Wow.
because I don't
So
I usually
wild.
go through that
so
whole thing.
kudos to you.
It
I
was
mean,
crazy.
honestly, such a good podcast, such a good story, worth it.
Oh, it's
but
so good.
it like I was like, oh, Dre and editing this is crazy. So
That's another one of our top ones though. So
yeah, that's
worth
what I
Great
was
one.
worth it. That's what I was thinking of. And then the other one was I thought was funny behind the scenes of the podcast is there is one week in the summer that I was like, hey guys, we can't talk because I'm in Indiana visiting my family. And we end up all FaceTiming each other
Oh,
for
yeah.
like 2 hours during the time we would have been doing a podcast, but we just
Yeah.
wanted to talk about life. And
Yeah.
so I just was like laughing because I was like, of course we would like still like be connecting even though
Yeah.
I said we can't do the podcast this week because
That's
I was
right.
visiting my family.
It's like we've created this like void, like if you don't fill it with
Yeah,
our
like-
connect time, it's like, wait, something feels off.
Oh. I have another random one. It was
Yeah, tell us.
like, let's see. I think this was a couple months. I think this was a couple months into us like having the podcast. But I was having like some boy drama. This was like pre-relationship stuff. This was like some boy drama going on, and I just told the girls, I'm like, I'm feeling really overwhelmed and I don't know if I can like record today. And they were like, we don't need to record, like we can just like FaceTime and you can just talk to us if you want. So that was like so
Oh,
nice.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Me too.
So instead of recording, I just talked to the girls, and yeah, I had some stuff going on with this guy and was just processing with them, and they were like so sweet and just prayed over me and loved on me, and it was just the best. And that's something I've really appreciated about you both. Like, it seems like the three of us really value each other over like, well, we have to get an episode out. It's like each other comes first, and then like if we need to put the podcast on the back burner, like we will, but like we prioritize like each other first, and that just has always been really sweet and has meant a lot.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. We're not like sticking a mic in your face, like, let's do this on the air.
Yeah, like this is good content.
Yeah, this is great content. We can't pass this up.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Yeah.
As Andrea puts in our plug.
I know. Plugs my computer back in. Oh.
This is on the scene, not even behind the
On the
scenes.
scene.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll always have like a special place in my heart too for the podcast we recorded in Callie's trailer in Montana
Oh,
with the
yes.
Hobby Lobby curtains in the background.
Oh, it
Oh
was
my
so good.
gosh.
And we were having like technical issues then because we'd never recorded in
Oh,
person.
yeah.
And
Yep.
Andrea was like figuring all that out always. So
It's always been Montana with the technical
I know.
issues.
I know. It's so funny. It's like when we record in 3 different states, it's way easier.
Let it be. So, those
So
are some good
funny.
ones.
Those are some good ones. Okay, now we're moving to the next category. Oh wait, no, just kidding. The next question. If your audience could overhear your unedited pre or post recording chats, what would shock them the most? Which we talked about, like, it's not that shocking what we talk about we kind of just were like, how's your week been or whatever. But I do think, I mean, honestly, maybe this wouldn't shock you guys at all. You might be like, oh yeah, we can totally tell. But just the level of like just minimal prep we do sometimes, to be honest with you, is like
We do a lot on the fly.
Yep.
we are throwing this together like last
We've been
minute.
living it for over 30 something
It's
years,
true.
these
Yeah,
stories. So
it's
we've
true.
got plenty to share.
Yeah. It's just so funny. But sometimes, like, yeah, Callie will text at like, 3 p.m. Thursday, like, do we have a topic? Like,
Totally.
and we're like, oh yeah, we should come up with one.
Yeah. Yeah. What
Yeah.
we'll do is we have like a running doc and then we'll like process. And there's some like conversations. I know Andrea and I were talking like last week about one, and we're like, actually, this one's like needs more time processing because this is controversial. Some of the things
Oh
we're gonna talk about.
Yeah.
So I mean, there'll be things that we're like, that could be like really controversial, or we don't feel fully like confident in this subject that we want to talk about. And so
Mhm.
I think we've had some things that are like on our doc that we're like, maybe we'll get back to, maybe we'll
Mhm.
talk
Yeah.
about it, maybe we won't. And so there's definitely like these like some process and some we're like, oh yeah, let's go for it. I have like plenty to say on this.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. We definitely try to keep it like just a conversation.
Yeah.
It's not, we're really not trying to, we kind of have like questions or points that we'll go of that we want to hit, but it's very we just go with the flow a little bit. And thankfully we've been friends a long time too, so we can do that. But
That
Yeah.
is true.
Yeah.
Easy to make fun of each other. But I was thinking too that something that's been interesting too with like the podcast is, well, that's been helpful if anybody ever is listening is like, oh, I wish I could start a podcast, is it makes it so easy when you speak out of your own experience. Like,
yeah,
we're not
that's true.
trying to like be these experts. It's just we're literally sharing like our lives and our relationship
Mhm.
with God and our friendship. And I'm like, oh, that makes it so easy because I don't have to like come up with stuff. I just like share me. And
Right.
so I think it's made it really like easy to do the podcast.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Also, I guess the behind the scenes thing, which is not shocking either, but usually we will like, catch up for like sometimes up to an hour before our
It's true.
podcast. And then we're like, okay, we need to like, we
Get
could
to
be
the
recording some of this or get to the podcast. So like, I think
Yeah.
tonight we talked for over an hour, but there were multiple things we were figuring out. But
Yeah.
it's just like, there's because some weeks we do like keep in contact a lot with like our group
Mhm.
text, and then sometimes we don't.
Right.
So we had a lot to cover actually this tonight. So
Yeah.
sometimes
Yeah.
it's a long catch up, which is honestly great. So
I know.
Yeah.
And the fun part about our friendship is like we'll share about the dumbest things that literally like I won't tell anyone else, and I'll share meaningless things with you all because I'm like,
Yeah.
of course you'll listen.
Yep.
And then we'll also share like the deepest things with each other, which is like
Yeah.
really fun to have that like really random crap that like no one else really needs to know.
It's
and
true.
I'm like, I know you guys will listen, and then
Yep.
really deep things. So it's really fun.
Yeah, it's true. Your guys' lives are like a TV show. Like, I know all the characters. I'm like, oh yeah, wasn't he here last season? Oh, he's coming again,
Well, literally, before we started this podcast, Andrea pulls out a picture and starts naming all these random people that she probably won't even interact with again.
yep.
That she's like telling us all the details about each person on her phone. And I'm like,
Mhm.
are you even friends with anyone here in this picture? No, joking. It was really fun.
Yeah, there's a lot of, whatever. I'm not even gonna get into it.
She's like, no more information.
Like, whatever.
I kept
I'm
that
like,
really.
I had reasons.
Also, I kept that very discreet how I just talked.
Good
By
job.
the way,
Yeah.
I don't know if
You
you noticed.
did.
I'm very
Good job.
proud
Yeah.
of me.
Yes. No name dropping
This
involved.
random event occurring
Random
on
picture
a regular basis
with
where
random
a random
people.
picture was taken with random people. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that's all I said.
No Chris Rice house in that picture.
Oh, Chris, I hope you're doing well. Why did you take carrot root in first grade? Anyways,
That's been one of my favorite moments is
Oh, yeah.
Lauren's like random just dropping
Yeah.
memories from
okay,
third grade.
these are people that will never hear this podcast, and like I could have made up those names. We don't know. Like we don't know.
Yeah.
So,
We know that you didn't. So
Yeah.
dude, but those are classic names. Like I don't even know people's last names now, and I'm like, I didn't even know Callie's name was Khalees until like a month ago. So, anyways,
Yeah.
okay, I'm diverting us. Let's
Next
continue.
next is how has hosting this podcast shaped the way you personally view dating as Christians? You could add at the end, but also just as people. I can go. Do you want me to go 1st?
Yeah.
I don't have like a lengthy answer, I guess, but I do feel like we came into this podcast with a lot of views on dating that were already shaped, and thankfully we had a lot of similar background. We spent time in a church culture that was very like pro dating and equipped us a lot in different ways, which was great. So I think we had some good common ground, I guess, and even vocabulary for talking about it. But I think doing the podcast has maybe just like solidified some things in me, like especially the things that are like, okay, these are the values that we have always lived by and will continue to live by. But I think, yeah, I don't know. I feel like I don't know if I guess there are some times where I'll start talking about something and be like, okay, I don't totally know, I guess, where I stand on that. So there are some views, I guess, that are still being shaped, and it does kind of help to talk about them with you guys and kind of see like where we land on stuff. But I feel like there's definitely a foundation that was already pretty solid, I guess.
That's good.
Yeah. What do you guys think?
I don't know if I'm like trying to think, but I feel like it's a tricky question. So I'm not fully sure if I have an answer.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah.
I mean, I think for me, it just was really humbling. I think I've never voiced so much like my dating history or my beliefs. And I was just like, at times, like even I was like a little like humiliated or shocked of like, wow, I've dated this much, or like, I cannot believe I'm like 35, 36. And so I had to kind of get through that condemnation stage of like, I can't believe I've like done this much and still not married, especially as like an achiever personality. And then I think when I started to just like accept like, hey, sometimes people have just like longer processes like in dating and to getting married, and like kind of just almost just like accepted like, hey, this is my story and I'm not alone in this. I think there's a lot of other people that struggle with like getting married at different older than what they think, or it's different timing. I realize like there's always something in life that we're waiting on. There's always something that we're growing in, and I think it helped me kind of like accept my story more than I realized throughout the podcast of like processing. And so I think that's something I was like, whoa, that helped me better just like be confident in my story, or just like kind of lean into like, hey, this is just what it is. Like don't hate on it. Like don't hate on this life that I've lived, because it isn't what I like expected when I wanted it to be. And so I think releasing control of my story has like helped me like better love my story. And so I think that's probably like the benefit I've like found from the process of like what I've learned through our podcast. Because it's funny. It's like if I hear you all and like your struggles or different things, I'm like, dude, you guys are amazing. Like I'm not worried one bit, you know?
That's how I feel about you.
Yeah. And so I think it's just like you have to kind of turn on yourself of like, you know, we're not behind like we think we are. And we're all trying to do our best out there, you know, to get to like these things are desires of our hearts. And like I just hope like people can feel encouraged, like, okay, it's not, and never too late to like establish your values, never too late to like date. There's never too late to like find a healthy relationship. Like, God can do anything, you know? So.
Well, and I think too, what I've loved about being in it with you guys is you like really guard your hearts from bitterness, and I think like I feel hopeful having our conversations, like, and I think to be able to come to a space like this and have hope around dating and date from a place of like faith and abundance and not scarcity, and just, and even be able to just laugh at stuff, like it's like, yeah, we're like 34, 36, 32.
Almost. Yeah.
Oh gosh, oops, sorry. 31.
Yeah.
Hey, we need
Got lost there for a second.
with this podcast, we need a wide range of our 30s, you know?
Yep.
Right. Yeah.
Something for
but
everyone.
we're just like figuring it out and laughing at ourselves, but also being vulnerable and talking about like, okay, how do I keep my heart soft, but also how do I have fun along the way, because otherwise,
Yeah.
like, what are we doing,
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Okay, you guys ready for the next one?
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Have any of your own dating experiences changed since starting the show? I feel like we have been all over the place since starting this podcast.
Oh my gosh, for
Yeah.
real.
Because it's been what, like a year and 3 months or something.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mine has definitely changed because when we started this podcast, I had never dated and like had a relationship before. And let's see. We started like what, May, June-ish, I want to say. Like started like
I
recording.
think we recorded in June and then
Okay.
we released in July.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then in September is when I first started going on dates with my now boyfriend. And so, yeah, my dating experience has definitely changed because
Yeah.
before I was just pulling from like moments I had or like situationships, things like that. And
Yeah.
so it's been really interesting, like being in a long-term relationship, like going through stuff and like figuring it out as we talk about like different subjects and everything. So that's been fascinating. And it was funny too, because some comments people made like when we started this podcast was like, well, do you think it'll make it like harder, like trying to get a boyfriend because you're doing this podcast about dating? And I think Andrea and I talked about it at that point, but I was like whatever. Like at this point, I don't really care. Like
I feel like we were also like, could it get any harder
Yeah.
than it is?
I'm like,
whatever. Like,
I know.
how about someone to get a date?
Yeah, seriously. I'm like, and if this is the thing that's gonna be like someone just cannot get past, I'm like, okay, well, interesting. But yeah, so it's just been cool because I think being in a relationship and like, yeah, getting to talk about all these things every week, it's just been a cool experience to get to, I think, apply tools that I've had in my tool belt but just haven't been able to use. And also like, yeah, dating, as we know, is so intricate and can be complicated. And so just figuring it out and having fun, allowing there to be messiness and figure it out. It's been really cool. So I have not done it perfectly. Nobody has, but it's been a journey that I've been very happy to do with you guys.
Do you feel like you're like taking notes when we have guests on? Like,
I
am. Oh yeah.
I mean, I definitely am, but like I feel like especially when you're in a relationship, you're like, yep, saving that for later.
Yep. Or certain things that you really relate to, you're like, oh, tell me more. Like,
you're like, so then what did you say? And then what did she say?
asking for the people. Yeah.
No, literally, I'm
like,
like the podcast where we've had couples on. I'm like, this is for me. Like they're speaking to me. Like this is not about anyone else. I'm like, yeah, that's awesome.
Yep, yeah, absolutely. But what about you guys?
Man, mine's definitely changed. When we started this, I was fresh out of a long-term relationship. And so I had a lot of material to pull from, so that was good. But I do feel like it was really healing. Because yeah, we were together over a year, so that's a lot to process. But I think like even the fact that breakup episode that's our number one was I mean I was freshly broken up. I think I was like maybe a month or two out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so the fact
Very
that
vulnerable.
like the fact that like that episode has now reached so many people who were, you know, like, and that I could pull from my real experience. And I think it's hard to say like to pull from my real pain, but it's just, I don't know. There is something about it that's like, well, if I'm going to go through pain, like I'm glad somebody else can benefit from it or like heal. Like I can be a part of someone else's healing while kind of walking out my own. So, I think that's been really awesome. And then even like jumping back into dating, like I feel like that brought a lot of material because I was going on.
You were going on so many dates. It was amazing. I was like, you're my hero.
Yep.
You're my freaking hero. And that girl got asked always on a second date, like guaranteed.
And the wide variety of like dates and experiences.
Types of people. Yeah.
So many.
It was good data. Not that men are data. That's not the truth. But it's just like Andrea like really put herself out there and was so willing to like get to know so many different types of guys. And honestly, you had like and I've said this in other episodes, but like she met so many really quality men that I'm like, I hope they are dating or have a girlfriend. Like it just wasn't like the right fit for like you to date long term.
Right.
But you like so many gentlemen, like so many guys. I was like, there are good guys out there. They're good. Yeah.
Met some really, really great guys for sure. And honestly, like a lot of them did amazing. Like we're good communicators. We're intentional. Like I would say the majority of the ones that I went on dates with, like, and then, you know, it was very cordial when we decided not to move further, you know, and I think it was nice too. Like, I do feel like coming out of that longer relationship, I was a lot clearer on what I wanted. And so I was just able to like, and I think, instead of being like, well, let's see how this plays out and have this conversation in like 7 weeks, you know, like I was like, let's have it now. Let's just see, you know, and then it was easier to be like, actually, I know that this is a deal breaker for me now. So like, we're probably not going to keep going, but it was so nice to meet you, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I love that.
And then now I'm somewhere in between, you know, somewhere in between.
Yep.
Doing great.
We're hoping the podcast benefits your dating life.
Thank you.
Not takes away.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Lauren, what about you?
Yeah. I mean, a year ago or so, I had a cute meet with my now boyfriend. It wasn't cute the whole journey. But I met him running in the wild and he got my number, which sounds like fun and like a movie. But yeah, we had like, you know, growing as friends, and I'm never going to share all the details. Only Dre and Callie get all the details of where we're at. But I mean, it's been like a beautiful journey, and he's gotten to be a part of my church community, which is like the best gift ever. If you can date someone that's like a part of like a healthy church community, it's just like we have like the biggest cheerleaders around us, and it's so precious. So I've been like, I think that's been like what a sweet thing is, like to get to date in community has been like a huge gift, which I've had that before. But this has felt like really special. And so, yeah, just to have like my close friends, like get to hang out with him and stuff. Yeah. So yeah, I wouldn't have imagined a year ago where I am now of like, just like a really sweet friend and someone I'm dating, and I'm really grateful. And he makes me run all the time, and yeah,
it's your jam. You love it.
Your literal dream.
That's my dream.
I'm
I'm
glad
just
that's
looking for
somebody's
someone
dream.
I know.
It's not mine.
Some people go out to eat and get to wine and dine, and I'm just sweating and
Loving
suffering all
life.
the time
Suffering.
in the wild.
And in
So.
incredible shape.
No, truly.
Such good shape.
Truly. The most in shape couple I know, really.
Oh
Yeah.
gosh.
By far.
I'm just looking for someone who will walk backwards with me.
Oh, there's so many. I actually saw someone walking backwards at the track this past week.
You're
and
like, oh my gosh.
and I secretly wanted to like video them,
Film
but I
it.
decided not to.
Should
Oh
have
my
yelled
gosh.
knees and toes, or is it knees over toes guy? The
Yeah.
account you follow?
Oh yeah, knees over toes guy.
Yeah.
Go Callie, you remembered that.
I did.
Good
Yep.
job. You're
Yeah.
so sporty now that you're dating.
I know. It's so true. I'm actually like working out somewhat. So it's a lot. Yeah.
Whoa.
Dating's
Yeah.
done you good. It's
It-
done you
it
good.
has.
So
Okay, guys. We're at our final question of
Ooh.
the night.
oh yeah, this one.
I love this question. I'm excited. How do you hope this podcast shapes the dating conversations happening in the church 5 years from now?
So
Ooh.
specific.
That's right. Not 10, but 5.
2030.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
I didn't want to
Ooh.
actually have to do the
Ooh.
math.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I'll be
Great.
coming up on my 40th birthday. That's crazy.
Let's
I'm so
go.
young.
So
You are.
young.
You're so young. So, I mean, I just hope that people like first of all learn how to date healthfully and not have such high stakes when it comes to dating.
Yeah.
But also just remembering like there are like amazing quality people out there. Like I think I've just
Mhm.
heard so many people like there's no one to date. There's no quality guys. There's no
Yeah.
good Christians out there, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, no, they're really good humans. Like, they're really
Love
good people
that.
to date out there.
Yes.
And you can meet them in so many ways outside of online dating. And you
Mhm.
can also meet people online dating. Like, God
Yep,
can
why
also
not?
use online dating. God can use meeting people in person in your communities and spheres. Like, I don't know.
Mhm.
I just think there's so many ways, like, you're not stuck. And I hope that's
Right.
what people in the church realize is like, they're not stuck. Like, there are so many ways to like go after dating in your life, and you're not just like I don't know, what is it, like a victim to the culture or a
Right.
victim
Yep.
to how things are changing around us in society. It's like, okay, go against that then. Like go after like your values, go after getting to know people and seeing and taking a risk on someone, and like just not being so perfectionistic. I don't know. I feel like I've learned like
Yeah.
you don't have to do these things perfectly, but the more that you can
Mhm.
like gain and own your life and love who you are and know like what you value about yourself and not lose those values in dating, I'm like, I hope people know that they can do that. So
Yeah.
create healthy cultures.
I
That's
love
good.
that.
I love all of that.
I hope that just people start normalizing having standards. I said this earlier, but
That's so
Mhm.
good.
normalize having standards, normalize like
Yes.
like saving yourself for marriage, like not crossing physical
Yeah.
boundaries, like that we get to the point where it's not like that is unheard of, or like you're
That's
a
good.
virgin and you're in your 30s or 40s or whatever, like yeah, that it would just become something that's respected and people like admire, rather than you're like a unicorn. Like, yeah,
Mhm.
I'm like, no, like it's admirable to wait and to have standards. And so I just really hope that that's something that shifts and changes in the next few years. And I think people are just
Yeah.
starting to voice it more. I'm like, I do think a lot of people live that way, but I think it's just quiet. And so I just hope people are more
Mhm.
vocal about it.
Yeah.
And
So good, Kelly.
yeah, I would also love to see, and Lauren, you said this, but like, yeah, people just take more risks. Like it does not have to be perfect. It does not have to be like the quote unquote right time. Just do something. And
Mhm.
if you flop, you'll have a good story.
Yeah.
But it does not have to be a certain way or perfect.
Mhm.
Like just do something. If you think somebody's cute, like try to work up the courage to just have a conversation with them. Doesn't even have
Right.
to be like, will you go out with me? It can be about anything. Just take a
Yeah.
risk. So
You come here often?
yeah. Worked for me every time. So
I'd be like, are you stalking me? Because I live in Los Angeles.
yeah, Lauren's like has a taser ready.
Constantly on the lookout. I
I'm
know.
always like, oh no.
Yeah.
Not another
Anyways.
one. Yeah.
That's so
Yeah.
good.
That's the best for like church. You go up to someone at church, like, you come here often?
So
Where do you sit? So good.
I just had a memory of Lauren that made me laugh.
oh,
Are
tell
you
it.
gonna share it?
Tell it.
Okay, back when Lauren and I lived together, basically there was a guy that was in my like community group, and Lauren and some people came to pray for us, and Lauren started praying for this guy, and he was like the hottie of the community
Oh my
group.
gosh. Okay, continue. Yeah, he was
Ooh,
really
I don't
hot.
I don't know this story. Okay, tell it.
And Lauren didn't realize that. She just like was in the spirit, you know, she just felt led to pray for him. And so she like gets this whole prayer out and then looks at him. And he is like, I mean, he could be on GQ. Like he's a very good looking
He
man.
was like the best looking guy there.
And like all of a sudden she was like, oh, and then she told me later, like, oh my gosh, like I'm so glad I didn't realize he was good looking until after.
I was like,
Had the
shocked.
courage.
I would have. I know. I think I would have been like, "You are my future husband.
Oh.
Like, you need to marry me because you're so hot." But I was like, "Wow, so glad I didn't see him because, oh my gosh, I would have like froze."
The Lord shielded your eyes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
like
from his
"Here, you don't
beauty."
need to know."
And then I was like, "I touched him. I touched that guy, praying over him." I was like, "May he know that I'm his wife." I think I tried to talk to him the next day in line.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
hey, you get salad too, you know.
You like running?
Yeah, because we were at like retreat basically.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I forgot
it was
about that.
It was
That's
hilarious.
so funny.
What made me think of it is like go up to them and ask them if they need prayer, but like
Yeah,
as
don't
like
do
a way
that.
to break the ice. 'Cause, yeah, we don't actually recommend that, but then that train of thought led to like, remember that time Lauren like accidentally
Oh my gosh,
prayed
so
for this guy who's like so
Oh
attractive.
yeah, it's so attractive. Anyways,
Okay. So, how do I hope this podcast shapes the dating conversations 5 years from now? I think, well, my dream would be that the divide between men and women would like decrease in the next 5 years, because I feel like, yeah, I don't know if it's just wouldn't say it's just in the church, but dating culture in general, it's like this men versus women battle of the sexes. Like men aren't doing enough, like women are too picky, all the different things around that. Like I would love to see that. Like I'd love to see us like get on the same team again. And so yeah, if we influence that any way, that'd be amazing. And just kind of brought everybody together again, like and just we're careful about the way that we talk about each other, and the narrative that we like give around dating. I would love for there just to be like a more hopeful narrative in general. But honestly, my dream would be that the church kind of like goes back to the days of like Callie's parents, you know, me and Lauren's heroes, but like she's not
but
impressed.
not mine. Yeah, whatever.
But where it was just like you just like hung out in person and got to know each other and like went out and did stuff. I honestly do think the church I'm at right now is like kind of a lot better at this, which is nice. They just provide ways to hang out with people on a consistent basis, and I just think that makes it so fun. Like it's like, oh, we're just all like getting to know each other, and so
yeah, it's so
dating like naturally comes out of that, because crushes naturally come out of that. Like it makes it a lot easier to kind of like get to know people and not just have to be like, okay, well, he's handsome, so let's try to get a date from him. you know, like one at a time.
Yeah.
And then you've gone on a date with like 20 guys from church and you're like, I got to go to a new church. So
Mm.
not that that's happened to me, but you know, hypothetically.
Yeah, no, hypothetically.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow, guys, any last thoughts for the people out there listening to our 50th?
I just really love you guys. And there's no two
Aw.
other people I'd rather have a podcast with. It's been just wonderful.
Aw,
And,
Cal.
Like I was the one who really like was pushing this idea before I feel like long before we actually did it. But
True.
I was like, I just know it would be really good and really fun. But it's honestly been so much more than I even thought it would be. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's like something I just admire you both so much and like your walk with God and like your relationship and like how you both have like dealt with dating and the disappointments and the setbacks and like also the victories. And I just am like, oh, I just admire you both. And it's been so comforting to like be vulnerable with two people I feel so safe with and to be like, oh, I know I'm like unconditionally loved in my craziness.
Yeah.
And
true.
it's just
We
like
love
to have
you.
friendships like that is like such a gift.
Yeah.
But I was also just thinking of like you're two that I trust like your wisdom and advice and like what you share. Like there it's just like I'm like, oh, I know that what comes out of your mouth, like I want people to hear. And I want people to like
Aw.
know and that they're going to come out of these times like feeling built up and encouraged. And I'm like, what else would you want from like a podcast on dating is to feel built up, encouraged, and not to feel alone. And
Yeah.
I think that's like what we need. And so, yeah, I'm just like so grateful for you both.
Yeah. Aw. I'm so grateful for you guys. Callie,
We're
thanks
also
for setting
grateful.
the record straight. I feel like people think it was like my idea, like I'm gonna make us all do this podcast and I'm gonna ask all the questions and do all the editing.
I mean, you are like the person that
you're the
actually does
manager.
everything.
Yeah,
So,
you are the manager.
yes, I would think that too. Yeah.
But it's really just been me executing Callie's dream this whole time. So
All part of the plan. No.
I love that.
No, it's truly been a gift that I didn't know I needed. And honestly, if 10 people listen to this podcast, I would probably still sit here every week and talk to you guys because that in itself has been just such a gift. So thank you both. Love you so
Aw,
much.
love you.
Love you
Yeah.
guys.
Thankful for you both.
All of you out there, we love you too.
We're thankful for you.
We're thankful. Thanks for being along on this journey and sharing with your friends and hitting that like, subscribe, review button.
Yeah.
We've
But-
appreciated it.
So smart, Andrea. So subtle. You just slid that in at the end there. I like
And
that.
then I'm like, I don't know how to do any of those things. So
Yeah,
don't worry.
Lauren's like-
Yeah.
Googling, how do I do that?
How do I like subscribe? All that.
Oh, Lauren, we'll do a tutorial after this. No,
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Okay, well, everybody out there, we love you. Have a good week. And we will talk to you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.